If you wear clothes, laundry is a fact of life, so let's talk about how to keep up. Hey, I'm Kim. I'm a wife and a mom of 6. I like making videos about taking care of my home and all that entails, from the practical stuff like laundry, cooking and cleaning, to the intangible stuff like the attitudes with which we care for the people around us. I hope that these videos inspire you to take care of your home with purpose and joy. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit subscribe so we can spend more time together in the future. Laundry sometimes feels like a never-ending task, right? I'm gonna share my top tips for making laundry a little more doable. Maybe you clicked on this because you were hoping that you're gonna finally find the magic ingredient to laundry actually being a job that you can get completed in your house. But the thing is, even if you've washed, dried, and put away every single thing in your house, the clothes that you're wearing, they're headed for the hamper, right? And that means more laundry in your future. Doing the laundry is just something that needs to be dealt with all the time. There are plenty of things like this around our homes. We get it done, but we live here. So we need to do it again. Dishes, sweeping the floor, cooking supper. Life happens. And there's work that comes with living, and that is a good thing. If there is work to do in your house, it means that there is life there. This is good work. This is meaningful work. The things you do day in and day out to serve your family are building a culture of love and care and service in your home. That's what we want, right? Simply realizing that many of the jobs that I do are on a continual repeat has helped me with these tasks. Knowing that they need regular attention in order to stay manageable makes them more manageable. But how else can we set ourselves up for success when it comes to getting the laundry done? I've been a wife for 20 years, a mom for almost 19, and I have heard and read about a lot of tips and strategies over the years. And I've been that person looking for that magic bullet that would just make everything work so that I didn't feel the constant burden of the laundry pile overshadowing my life. I'm not gonna lie, it's still work, but it's not that burden that it used to be. My laundry routine has fallen into 2 main camps over the years. We had a season where we had a laundry day once a week, but most of the time we have had a load-a-day rhythm. So when my oldest kids were little, I had 4 kids under the age of 5. And the only way that I could manage was having a laundry day. I just planned to be at home all day, and I cycled through all the laundry. Because laundry was my primary focus for the day, I didn't have things sitting in the machine for hours or days. Let's be honest, sometimes it's days, right? Because I was on top of the loads. They were getting switched out as soon as they were done. As soon as things were out of the dryer, they'd be folded and put away, which might sound easy if you're by yourself, but how do you do this with kids? What were my little kids doing while I was doing the laundry all day? They were helping me. They would haul the dirty laundry to the basement with me. We would sort it together. They would put the dirty clothes into the washer. They'd put the soap in. They would move things into the dryer and then into the basket, and they would help fold and put things away. In order to be able to tote my baby up and down the stairs while carrying all this laundry, the baby rode in the basket. So by the time my kids were 5 or 6, they were very capable with every step of the process of doing laundry. But as my kids got older, it wasn't as practical to dedicate a whole day to doing laundry because we often had things going on that didn't allow us to be tucked in at home doing laundry for an entire day. So then we shifted to a daily load approach, and that has been a better fit for our lives now. You have to figure out what is working in your season of life. Not every solution works for every person. So from about the age of 6, my kids have been doing their own laundry from start to finish. Every bedroom has a laundry hamper. When it's full, those who live in that room are responsible for getting it washed and dried and folded and put away. The only reason kids are not capable of a chore like this is that they've not been taught to do it. Does it take work to teach kids things? Yes, obviously, but they need skills and they need responsibility, and it's your job to equip them for those tasks. However you approach a laundry routine or a rhythm, I think it's essential to get the help of others in your family. As a family grows and the amount of laundry needing to be washed increases, you need to have other people in your family pitching in with getting the job done. This goes for any chore in your house. Having everyone responsible for washing their own clothes takes care of a big chunk of the laundry. But what about all the other things that need regular washing? Word on the internet is that we should be washing our bedding weekly. I can tell you that definitely was not happening in my house. So I decided I needed to make a habit of washing the bedding. If I didn't have a habit, it just wasn't going to get done regularly. So I have found it really helpful to put everything that's not clothes on a weekly rotation. I assigned something to each weekday. So we have 3 bedrooms. Each bedroom gets assigned to a day of the week, as well as a day for bathroom towels and a day for kitchen towels and cleaning cloths. And this has been working really well for us. I printed a schedule, I put it on the wall in my laundry room right here, so we are reminded of when we should be doing each load. And then if we miss a week, we're still washing our bedding more frequently than we did before. It's on our minds because it's in front of our eyeballs. Seeing the visual reminder helps me, and it also helps my family when they can see it. They can't see my thoughts. So if I'm only thinking about what needs washing, but I'm not talking about it, they're not going to think about it. I mentioned kitchen towels, and I want to expand on that a bit. This is something that I only figured out in the last few years, and that is to keep a separate hamper in my kitchen. It's so simple, it sounds dumb, but I didn't do this for a long time, so maybe you don't either. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person on the planet that wasn't using a laundry hamper in my kitchen. I used to have a bucket under my sink for dirty dishcloths and tea towels. Make sure that things are dry before you throw them in so they don't get stinky, because if they're damp, that's gonna be gross. But I had a bucket under the sink. Now I have a mesh laundry bag that hangs in my pantry. The point is to have somewhere for dirty stuff to go in the kitchen. Because if it's somewhere else that you have to take the dirty stuff to, sometimes that is just too much friction. You're not changing out your cloths frequently enough because you don't think to put the dirty stuff away. Anyway, I try to swap out my dishcloth and my tea towel every night. So we start each day with a clean one, and then the dirty ones go in the laundry bag. Then on a weekly basis, I just throw that load through the wash. Hey, if you're getting some value from this video, would you give it a thumbs up? I've got 2 more things that I want to touch on. In order to make laundry feel doable, your method needs to be simple, right? And I talked about having a rhythm, whether that's weekly or daily or just however you figure that out, just to get things through the wash. But what about the products that you're using? We've got laundry detergent, laundry boosters, fabric softeners, stain removers, fragrance boosters, dryer balls, dryer sheets. There are so many products out there to overcomplicate the process and make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. If you know me, you won't be surprised to hear me say that I think you don't need most of this stuff. Less is more, and you don't need to overthink this. Clean laundry, in my opinion, doesn't have a smell. I use a fragrance-free laundry detergent, and that's it. You don't need a million products to get your clothes clean. That's what the machine and the soap are for. Occasionally, you might need a stain remover, some sort of little tip or hack to get a specific kind of stain out, but by and large, doing laundry is pretty basic and simple. And my final tip, which I think might be the most important one, you need to start with a manageable amount of things to wash. If you have too much stuff, you will never feel like you are making any progress. So if your closets and your dressers are overflowing, you probably have too much. Can you really wear all that stuff? So when it comes to clothes, if it's too small, too big, stained, worn out, or you just never wear it because you don't like it, whatever reason it is that is making you not use something, you can just get rid of it. Make it manageable. Just because you got a huge box of hand-me-downs for your kid doesn't mean you have to keep them all. Take the ones you like and you can pass on the rest. Clutter isn't just knickknacks in a china cabinet. It's jeans that don't fit and sweaters that itch. If you're overwhelmed by the amount of laundry that you have to do, and you think you have to do a bunch of laundry before you can even start decluttering your clothes, don't worry about what's in your hamper. Those are the things you wear, so you're likely not going to want to get rid of most of them. Get ruthless with everything else that's clean in your dresser and hanging in your closet. If you feel like you have nothing to wear, but you have tons of clothes available, get rid of the ones you don't use. I understand wanting a few options, but let's face it, we live in a land of excess and it's overwhelming us. If you just pare down and simplify how much you need to take care of, it will make the job of taking care of it so much easier. And your kids need this too. If they have 15 pairs of pants, you will likely be washing 15 pairs of pants on laundry day. I know how kids go through laundry. Believe me, I know. Pare it down. Make it reasonable. Nobody needs that many pairs of pants. This goes for your linen closet too. Think about how many sheets and towels your family needs. I'm hesitant to say, get rid of all the excess. If you have room to store things, sometimes it makes sense to keep it and use the things you have until it's not usable anymore. But other times it makes more sense to just get it out of the house. Wherever you land, just do it with thought and consider what is reasonable. Be responsible with your time, your energy, your resources. If you get rid of everything just because you've got a lot of sheets, but then you go buy another set of sheets next week, that's not really being a good steward of the stuff you have, right? Be responsible with it. But just like it's okay to wear clothes that are last month's style, it's okay for your bed sheets to not be on trend. Use them up instead of replacing them with the new trendy color. For my family, we've got one sheet per bed, plus a few backups in case of emergencies, because we know that happens with kids, right? But on bedding day, the bedding just gets washed, it gets laundered, it gets put right back on the bed before night. We don't need a bunch of extra sheets for each bed. We each have one towel, plus a few extras. So then on towel day, the towels get washed, they get hung right back up in the bathroom. We don't have a lot of room to store extra linens, but we don't need a lot of extra linens. So this works for us. Simplifying the amount of clothing and linen that you have will make getting the laundry done an easier and more enjoyable job. I hope that something in here was helpful to you. Let me know your best laundry strategies in the comments below. I always love new tips. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And if you have laundry waiting for you in your washer and dryer, you might want to get on that now.